There's Hamzilla here, being the worst person ever. Earlier today, she had a community post where she attacked who is someone who's a YouTuber about their spouse meeting an untimely end in a less than pleasant manner. And then calls everyone hypocrites for questioning her. Okay, I listened to this earlier. Got me real irritated. I had to trick the wife to leave because she got off early, and if she's gonna get the kids from school, I usually do that. And I was like, hey, why don't you take him to get a Happy Meal? Because I have this horrible, disgusting secret that I'm hiding from her. It's that I do foodie beauty reaction videos.
Which is why we're so, dumbfounded.
I skipped the first few minutes of this.
The amount of people on the internet who just have to make so much drama out of our lives that are just so boring now. You know what I mean?
No one's making any drama.
I get it, you need to feed your kids with hate money, but I don't know how you live with yourselves.
Money.
Really. Just I'd really like...
Here's the thing, foodie. I would bet $20 that I never make a penny off of any of the YouTube videos I do forever. It is a far shot in the distance for me to ever do that. I'm doing this because I enjoy it, and after coming to learn about you and the way you talk about people and to people and the way you act, I just was compelled to say something.
To know why it's okay for these people. And if you think that I'm the unhinged one, go on these hate channels and look.
Bitch, you are the unhinged one. You rage eat out of a fucking serving dish every day.
At their video list. They have thousands for years of videos picking me apart, saying this.
You're talking about, yeah, but I ain't gonna defend anybody because I don't know anybody. I'm not gonna defend people for anything. But I listen to Yaba's live streams in the morning, and it's very entertaining. She is a charismatic person who it is entertaining to listen to her talk about Porkzilla here. It is not entertaining to watch Foodie Beauty's videos. It is cringy, and boring because it's either her breathlessly swallowing 3 to 4 kilos of fried garbage and rice, or a rage video where she gets up here and acts like she's so much better than everybody because she thought reverting to Islam was going to it just erased her past. Nothing ever happened before. We didn't get the fucking pasta mukbang with the vomit diarrhea storm story, right? That never happened. We didn't see the way you were towards Pete's and what you did to BBJ. We didn't see any of that. That never happened. And it wasn't even like it was very long ago. It was just a couple years ago.
Disgusting things about me and my husband, ew, how do they sleep together? All these disgusting things about our body.
Well, I would bet that Sala is not all that interested in the female persuasion.
He's a user. All unfounded claims. They have no...
I don't think that he's a user. I think this is a mutual thing. I think they're both in it together.
For whatsoever. They act like they're living with us. It's so invasive and weird. You know nothing. I hate to tell you, but you are all...
As you will say later in this video, you will say prove a lot. You can't prove it. Okay, you haven't proven that you're married. You haven't proven that you own the car. There's no sales receipt or anything. You haven't proven that Sala provides anything for you. We don't know that he has a job. We don't know what he does all the time.
Idiots. You are. Along with your entire audience.
Here's the thing, Foodie. If it wasn't for reaction channels, you would get no audience. Nobody would watch you.
Because some of the things they say, insane.
Like what? What's insane? Say something. Prove it. Prove it, Foodie.
I don't know if people are just obviously mad that I'm just living a good
life
now.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, is because she's not going to say, we just got married out of convenience. She's not going to actually say these things because you have to remember she is a narcissist. And from her side, you don't have, if she doesn't explicitly tell you a thing is a thing, then it's not the truth. If you've dealt with a narcissist, we have a narcissistic mother-in-law, in these parts. And I have literally had to work with my wife for years, and we've had to train her in how to resist her mom. And once you start to resist, and once you start to see how these people work, like, it's insane, right? Foodie feels like, because she didn't outright say, oh, we're not married, we've never had sex, we don't really care for each other, this is just a marriage of convenience, that it can't be. Because she doesn't say it can't be, you could never prove it, even though it really appears that way. Even though every single thing that they do looks like it's painful for them to be together.
Like, you know, but
you know what? I wish that looked good, and I love basmati rice, but it looks like it came out of a can.
why is it okay for these people with the thousands of videos about us every day?
Oh, baby, even more.
We sit back, we say nothing. We live our lives.
You don't say nothing. You're constantly complaining about it.
But when I retort once or twice, they cry.
Once,
they
twice.
Cry.
You literally did a parody video making fun of FFG. You did a community post this morning attacking Yaba because her spouse overdosed and left her and 2 children. Like, are you kidding me? Only a vile person would do that. That's none of your business. And you're going to sit here and you're going to equate that to the fact that people don't believe you and salad, you and the vegetable are madly in love. Because we don't believe that you're actually married because you can't actually tell us what your anniversary is. Like, for reals, homie.
They turn around and cry and make more content and more content out of it.
None of these people are crying about what you say. None of these people are upset when they talk to you. FFG gets cranky because you're a crazy bitch and she hates you. Because you provoke people to hate you. I hate the way she eats.
What's furthermore is the things they discuss are none of their business.
Furthermore?
Like our sex life. Like, we are a Muslim couple.
Hey, we're all a little trashy in Gore World. All of us. You talk about your sex life. Did I bring up a story? A specific story that you, whenever you tell a story like you told, the one I referenced, I think you were eating Alfredo. It was the first time I ever saw your fucking face. Whenever you tell stories about the attempted threesome and the diarrhea storm, then your sex life becomes public. Like, you did it. You made it that way. When you talk about, getting that slimy green dick from the camel, like, now it's public. You made your sex life public. Now you have to deal with it.
We are very private about that. That's none of your business. Like, what kind of adult person asks these kinds of questions?
No one's asking. They all just get up in a group and make fun of your ass. That's what happens. That's what reaction channels are. I mean, some are.
What are you teaching your children by acting this way in front of them? I'd really like to know.
Do you think that I'm going to let my child be in front of me while I watch you? Do you think we're going to let our children get exposed to you? You think that's what's going to happen? And for someone without a child, your opinion doesn't fucking matter when it comes to children, period.
Really gross.
I'd rather my kids hear me cuss and smack their mom on the bottom every once in a while than watch you inhale 3 kilos of garbage and rage vindictively because you put all your shit in the internet and people want to talk about it because you're horrible.
People just not moving on from my past, even though I have. It's really weird.
It ain't even that long ago. The blinking, man.
So yeah, once in a while, I think I have the right to point out hypocrisies.
It's all the time. It's once a week. Your live stream was that. You did a little parody video, and then you did... That's what it is she thinks that we don't see everything she does on here. It's a weird thing. I don't know. I don't get it. I'll never understand how you can be so open and public and like put all your shit out on the internet and feel like you're the center of Gore World, but then you don't realize that you can't ask for privacy whenever you put everything on the internet. Here's an analogy. It's a lot like there's sort of a phenomenon of like if you were an OnlyFans girl and you kind of aged out and now you're having a lot of trouble finding a long-term relationship. Well, I mean, if you spread your butt cheeks on the internet, that's going to have an effect on the rest of your life. If you make your what's in between your legs public for anybody, then like that's going to have an effect on your life. Chantall, you spread your butt cheeks metaphorically on the internet, you have to deal with the repercussions of that. Your butt cheeks become everyone's business because you put it out there. Like that's it. That's how it works.
Like somebody with a bad past of choosing partners commenting on my husband with no proof of anything. So
I'm sorry, but Yabo was married and had kids with this person and he overdosed. Like, I don't know the story. I'm not going to ask. I don't want to think about it. It is none of my business. Here's the thing is you put someone else's business on the internet and you're complaining that people want to talk about you.
God is very providing. He's very loving.
Prove
He's
it.
not abusive.
Prove it.
And the rest is not your business.
Prove anything you just said. See, it goes both ways.
Why is there so much drama over our new car? Like what?
You got a knockoff car. Because it ain't expensive and it ain't nice. I could see that in your low definition video. You can see it. If you know cars, you see it. You can see it from a mile away.
It's an expensive car.
It's a cheap car.
So I thought I was broke.
It's
I thought I'm
cheaper.
not making the views I was.
It's cheaper than the cheapest car you can buy brand new in America.
I thought I'm super broke, so we have to buy bargain items. Which, again, scrutinizing the groceries I buy. Which,
You know what? Whenever you put a grocery haul on the internet, people have the right to scrutinize your groceries. Like, I'm going to do my next grocery getting expedition. I'm going to do a little grocery haul, and then you can judge my groceries. How about that?
again, scrutinizing the groceries I buy. Like, am I supposed to buy Gucci brand milk? Like, I don't get it. These people.
You showed a big ass package of like fucking popcorn snacks and a bunch of croissants. Like, you shouldn't be eating that stuff. You're like on the verge of dying.
Are so petty and bitter. That's how you sound.
That's how you sound. Yeah, you don't sound petty or bitter, Foodie. You sound normal and happy.
Really, I mean, you have to pick apart every little thing someone does. You're bitter.
This is just...
And I'll tell you something. People might think I'm bitter because people make more views than me. They make more money. They make more
Because you wanted Natter's nads and he wouldn't give them to you.
super chats, whatever. I don't even really go live anymore. So if I cared about super chats, you know,
You went live like
I'm sure I could
a
make
few
way
days
more
ago.
views if
And
I
it was
talked
just a
crap
couple weeks
about these
before
people
that.
every day and involve
You
myself in the
should.
drama.
You're already talking crap about these people. Just be straight up honest. Be the villain, Chantall, because no one's going to believe that you're some victim. I was watching something and she constantly was talking about how, oh, Natter's not abusive. He doesn't abuse me. He didn't do anything bad. And then now that she's over here, it's all, he was an abusive narcissist.
But I'm never going to do that. You know, I did like a reaction video, a parody, once in a while. But to make that my sole content, just for money,
The problem is that it all just gets right to you. All these people live rent free in your fucking dome piece because you just can't, you just haven't gotten over it. You're angry and bitter and petty. You're angry, bitter, and petty. And if you weren't, you would be like ALR. You see that she's playing a game with people. Half the things she says is trolling, and the other half is like unreliable.
I don't want to become what disgusts me.
Oh my God, Chantall. You are that. You cannot tell me, look at how much food you've eaten. You can't tell me that you don't hate yourself. And nothing about any of your actions shows that you have any self-respect. But then you also have this insane amount of self-confidence and self-esteem, right? That's how a narcissist is.
And I'm more worried about my karma. And
that's haram. Karma is not a Muslim concept.
Living a happy, mentally stable life.
Oh yeah, girl, you're mentally stable.
You know, like we do well. We do well. Well enough.
Prove it? Any proof? What was Salah's last paycheck? What was your last paycheck? Like, I'm not in here bragging about money, but if I was, I think it would be fair to expect me to tell you what I made in my last paycheck. It would be fair, right? I'm not claiming I make a lot of money, but if I was up here trying to act like a baller, it's fair to ask me, well, hey, give me, like, why don't you just take a screenshot of your bank statement and, just show me the balance bottom. Show me the balance at the bottom. You don't have to show me anything else.
And mashallah, alhamdulillah, I'm so happy.
Mashallah, alhamdulillah, you're so full of shit. We got a lot of Afghan refugees here. And this is really offensive to me. This stupid bitch.
So, if I would rather have my life with a little less views than have to be somebody who's a hypocrite.
Your channel's dying already.
Also obese. Coward. Cannot come up.
Bitch. We're all fat. I'm obese too. But I weigh 298. What do you weigh, Chantall? I'm 6 foot tall, I weigh 298, and I'm a man. What about you? I'm obese. There's a difference between... Look at her fucking face. There's a difference between my obese and your obese. Truly, there is.
Has to make up a man.
Death fat.
Sorry to say this, but has a face that only a fake man could love.
You call somebody ugly?
Every day, hating on someone.
You're just jealous
Who
because
they
she makes
apparently
more
can't
money
stand,
than you.
but has to watch every little thing I do for content. Yeah, I would rather take my life. Yeah.
This? Yeah, because all you care about is stuff in your
So again,
gullet.
I don't care about views. I don't care about that stuff.
You eat vast quantities
Like I
of
said
food
before,
and then you sit around.
I have a target of like 5,000 views per video.
Why does she do that?
That's good enough for like a little side hustle for me. You know?
Oh, a little side hustle? What's your main job? Now it's a side hustle. She went from bragging about how much money she made or talking about making $20,000 in a month, and now it's a little side hustle. What are you doing? What do you actually do?
So, whatever.
Angry.
We don't sit
bitter.
there and say the most vile things about us every day.
The most vile things, like Salah's got a little dick. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible and mean. Pointing out that Salah clearly gets manicures and shit. Oh, that's evil. Pointing out that you have trouble standing for the time it takes to cook a meal. What other vile things have people said? Like, come on, man. You brought up somebody's dead spouse and orphaned children. That's pretty vile. You attack somebody's looks. Well, look at you. Like, you're so embarrassed about how you look, you put on a sheet.
And then, when we clap back, don't go cry in a corner.
No one's crying. No one's offended by you. You just make yourself look stupid.
Basically. None of what these people say are true. We're private about our intimate life. We're Muslim. You can't talk about that stuff here.
You're not a fucking Muslim. Fuck you. That's offensive for you to even say that. Eat shit. You don't have a sex life because I can promise you at your weight and your BMI, you don't have a sex drive. I would promise you. You're also, aren't you postmenopausal? Right? Have you not had a hysterectomy? Like, yeah, you probably don't want sex. What do you think all the food's about? And as I said before, I would be surprised if Salah was into women at all.
But if you know me from my past, I would never be in a relationship where we don't have intimacy. It wouldn't happen. So, Get a life and worry about your own life.
Hey, I have a life. I just don't. My life doesn't involve rage eating on YouTube. I do this for fun, for a little entertainment. It makes my brain feel better. It makes it easier for me to talk to people. I got a fine life. I have 2 Toyotas. Where's your Toyota?
Salah is an amazing.
Where's
man
your
who
house?
fulfills every need imaginable.
Every need imaginable. Where is he even at?
People will say, well, he was poor before you met him. He was living in a bachelor. He was alone. What's he going to pay? Even that bachelor was like enough money because he lived in a
I never heard anybody say that. People talking about how he seemed to be dead poor and
It's like-
he don't have a job, nothing.
a popular city here. Whatever, he had his own place, he had a car.
Jump cut.
He lived before me. And he makes money after me. Like, you know, like, it's so weird for these
Prove
older
it.
women to just sit.
Prove that he makes money. And you know what? Here's the thing. People think he's a taxi driver or he does Uber Eats. There's no embarrassment in that. You're missing the point, Foodie. The point isn't that he has a job or doesn't have a job. The point is that, like, look at you and look at how you're acting. Okay. I think we're going to cut it there. It's about 22 minutes. Thank you. Goodbye.